Hey flower folks, welcome to Share Inspirations. My name is Share and I'm a botanist and a horticulturist, founder of Share Inspirations, located in Southern California, high desert, zone 8B9A borderline. In today's video, we are going to talk about sweet williams, how to grow them from seed in your cutting garden or your cottage garden. The botanical name is Dianthus barbatus. This is not to be confused with the lower growing variety, which is also called sweet williams, but that's just lower to the ground. This particular variety grows up to 2 foot tall and makes for great cut flower arrangement. This is a seed packet that I use to sow my seeds in fall. I purchased this from the Dollar Tree for 25 cents a seed packet. I am in a warmer zone, so I direct sow my seeds. If you are in zone 6 and beyond, you can do the same thing. You can go ahead and direct sow your seeds in fall, September, October timeframe, and they will flower the first year for you. If you are in zone 5 and below, you want to start your seeds indoors and then plant outside once all frost chances have passed. Something to note here is a lot of times these are sold as a biennial. In my experience of growing these for the last 3 years, I have not found these to be a biennial. They don't flower as heavily the first year and they don't die after the second year. So those are the two qualities that biennial plants have that this plant does not. I have the same plants that multiply from root and not self-seed because I don't allow them to self-seed. They do have a tendency to spread everywhere if you allow that. But because I'm constantly harvesting, the only one way they are spreading is by root. And they have not died like a biennial plant should have already. It's a perennial, perhaps a short-lived perennial, but I don't know short-lived as to 10 years or 5 years, and I will keep you posted as time goes on as to how long these live. But they've been here for 3 years and they've grown as a perennial. They have flowered the first year and continue on ever since then. I have about 6 colors that grow from these. The vase life on these is phenomenal. It lasts anywhere from 15 to 20 days if you harvest it when it's 3/4 of the way open. They start flowering for me here in April and go all the way till the end of June when the summer really comes in, and they come back the next year and the following year and so on. Um, I do recommend keeping an eye on not allowing them to self-seed because then they will get everywhere if that is what you want. My personal garden is a English style cottage cutting garden. I enjoy things that randomly pop up in places. If I don't like them there, I'll pluck them up and plant them somewhere else. But because my garden is small and I enjoy it to be very compactly packed like a cottage garden should, I don't struggle with weeds as much as I would have if I spaced them too far out. If you notice here, I go all the way down when harvesting these flowers, and that rosette that is left, it stays like that all year long after the flowers have been harvested, and they will sometimes give you another flush of flowers. But you do want to, if you don't want to use them for cutting for your bouquets, you do want to then deadhead them all the way down like I'm showing here. These are about 1.5 feet in length. This is 3/4 of the way open, and like I said earlier, it would last about 15 to 20 days in the vase. It is a phenomenal vase life. These are very slightly fragrant, a bit like clove and a little bit like a rose, but very light. It's nothing strong and nothing to write home about. But these are very, very easy to grow from seed, so you don't have to purchase the plants. And something you guys will find very helpful and very important is this can be tucked in between your spring bulbs. So I have them in my beds that have hyacinths, tulips, muscari, and daffodils. So once they start fading away, the flowers of the sweet williams will come up, hiding that ugly foliage the dying foliage of all of those spring bulbs, because you cannot cut them. If you cut them, they're not going to come back up and they're not going to reproduce for the next year, because they're keeping the food, saving the food by the natural dying of the leaves. So this is a great way of, if you have a container or if you have a garden bed that you want to know what to do with once the spring bulbs are done, you can direct sow Sweet Williams in those same beds or in those same containers, making it seem like it's a constant supply of cut flowers. Or if you're just enjoying them in the container, if you're just enjoying them in the garden, in your cottage garden, you can do that as well. But this is a great idea that I do in my own garden, where I have a very small space that I work with, and in the same bed I have multiple things. So I have daffodils and tulips and hyacinths. Once those are done, Sweet Williams come up, and then once those are done, black-eyed Susans and green-eyed Susans come up, Creopsis come up. So this is a great way of utilizing and maximizing on small space gardening. This is a great candidate to grow in containers as well if you are doing container gardening. As far as soil moisture is concerned, they like it moist, well draining soil, but they don't want to sit in water. They don't want to have puddles around them. The soil requirement is it should be good, well rich, high phosphorus, high potassium soil. My soil here is built. I will show you how I did that for free with kitchen scraps in a video I'll leave a link for that you can check out. As for sun requirements, it makes a great understory plant. I have it under my pine tree, where it gets about 6 to 8 hours of sun. If you have an area where you would like to cover it where nothing else grows, you are having a problem with annuals like zinnias and sunflowers grow, you can certainly go ahead and place these, and they will continue to be evergreen year-round with their rosette and flower from spring to summer. So if you are in northern states, you can provide it longer sun, 8 to 10 hours, versus if you are in warmer climates, southern climates like I am, Southwest desert, about 6 to 8 hours of sun is great, and it makes a great understory plant for sun requirement. As for moisture is concerned, it does not like it super wet. It does like to remain well drained but nice and moist. Try and water it before the sun comes up or after the sun comes down, so the plants are having the chance to absorb the water and be well hydrated before you go out and harvest them. I harvest and I leave them in water to hydrate for about 2 to 3 hours before arranging them with other flowers, just so everything is all erect. No need for quick dip, no need for flower food, none of that. I just place them simply in water after hydrating. There's no need of having it separated from other flowers. You can arrange them, try and arrange them with other flowers that also last as long as these do, like I have here, Dutch irises and the Queen Anne's lace, which has a very, very good vase life as well. I hope you got value out of this video, guys, and if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!